Hi, Owen. How are you?
Very well. There's a bit of a delay on my video here, so I am waiting to see. Oh, there you go. Suited and booted again for day four,
Yeah, of
but you
course.
can hear the kind of disappointment in my voice because there's no top hat.
No, there's no top hat on, but in honour of John Gosling and Stradivarius yesterday, I do have a John Gosling special, which is exactly like his trilogy. So I'm
Oh,
going to start with that. I've no, yeah, and this is what John Gosling was wearing yesterday. So if it was good enough for him, Frankie Dettori and Stradivarius, who was absolutely incredible yesterday, then I'm going to start with that, although it does look a little ridiculous.
not at all. No,
Yeah, looks.
you have officially elevated yourself to the best dressed moment in the history of OTB there when you had the hat on. I would say keep it on because you may as well keep the classiness going. Because if anybody was following your tips yesterday, Tom, they wouldn't have had too bad a day at Royal Ascot.
No, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I couldn't actually believe the price about Stradivarius. He was returned 10 to 11, which was pretty good going. Happy with that. Battleground won as well. And then we saved the best for last. Onassis, Hayley Turner, Charlie Fellows, 33 to 1. And there was actually never a moment's doubt in the Sandringham, the last race in the card yesterday. She was really easy to pick out. About a furlong from home, she was absolutely cantering at the back of the field, and you could see everything else was hard at work. And Hayley just kind of one of the very few horses who came kind of to the far side more than the stand side over the course of the day, and she ate them. And yeah, brilliant win for Hayley Turner, on her second Royal Ascot winner after she had a winner last year as well. But yeah, I was pretty happy as well with the 33 to 1 winner, to be honest.
How good was Stradivarius?
Stradivarius was exceptional, and there wasn't too many moments doubt if you'd backed him as well. The pace of the race seemed relatively even, particularly the middle part. Frankie Dettori got a little low in the saddle about a mile from home, and I thought maybe he wasn't happy with his position. But then we got to the last mile, and I've never seen a horse do it so easy. Frankie Dettori was worried about a horse called Technician, who's ready to go on the softened ground. And about 6 furlongs from home, Frankie Dettori was actually just craning his neck, looking at everything behind him. So like 6 furlongs out, he was thinking, I've got this. He knew he'd everything in front of him covered, looked around, got to the 3-pole, did the same again. And then the horse just absolutely sluiced up. Won 10 lengths in the end. Frankie Dettori was standing up in his irons after the furlong pole, waving to the non-existent crowd. But yeah, it was a very, very straightforward performance. But it was really breathtaking stuff from Stradivarius, who follows the likes of Nayef and Yates. And obviously Yates won 4, but to win 3 straight Gold Cups is pretty impressive.
So we're looking at the Commonwealth Cup today, Tom.
Yeah, Commonwealth Cup is the main race of the afternoon. See, Aidan O'Brien trained Lope Fernandez, now taking over favouritism. Pierre Lapin then is up near the top of the market as well. Roger Varian had a brilliant day yesterday. 3 winners for him. I kind of like one, though, from the Jessica Harrington yard called Mill Isle. Fillies have won this in the past before. Spy Star Spangled Banner. I think having a prep run is going to be really handy on a day like today, particularly in these races. She had a prep run in the Guineas. It didn't work out for her. She just didn't seem to get home. Finished 7th after being prominent throughout. So looks like she hasn't lost her pace. And around about 10 to 1, wouldn't be surprised if she gives Jessica Harrington, who also won't be in attendance, obviously, because it's in the UK, but she's not allowed to go racing either due to her age, unfortunately. But yeah, Mill Isle, around a 10 to 1 shot for the feature race, the Commonwealth Cup.
Very good, Mill Isle. So the tip for the big one. What else are we looking at today?
Yeah, the rest of the card is tricky. They open with a kind of strange 5 furlong handicap. And one I like in this is a horse called, again, this is one of these don't go crazy races, but a horse called Golden Dragon, who's a nice 2-year-old. Like Mill Isle, is also by Star Spangled Banner. So assuming he's progressed a little bit, he was an eye-catching 5th in a Group 3 at the back end of last season. I saw a small enough yard called Stuart Williams. But they have had a couple of winners in the last 10 days, which is always positive. So Golden Dragon is one in the first round, about 14 to 1. So a little each way play there in the opening race of the day. There's 2, remember we mentioned the change in schedule earlier. So there's back-to-back 2-year-old races then after that. You got the Albany Stakes and the Norfolk Stakes back-to-back, which is really, really strange because of the fillies first. But one I like in this is a horse, number 10 on your card, Sitarhe, who's trained by Roger Varian, whose horses are absolutely flying, was a really impressive winner on debut. This filly by Footsteps in the Sand was an expensive 2-year-old as well. Look, ran a nice time, as they say. You can't defined too much by times, but a slow horse can't run a fast time. So we'll stick with Sitarhe, even though I can't really pronounce it. In the Norfolk then that follows that's at 2:25. There's a horse called the Learjet. Was very inexpensive as a juvenile, but it was really, really impressive on his only start to date. Has since been bought by Qatar Racing, and that's why he ends up here. Michael Bell hasn't had the greatest run of form of late. He's actually only sending 3 horses to Royal Ascot. Remember, he trained Big Orange to win a Gold Cup a couple of years ago, but things have been a little quiet for him. The Learjet was actually his last winner as well when he won 16 days ago. But I think the Learjet, again, at a bit of a price because, I mean, Eye of Heaven is an obvious favourite at 7-4. I'd just be opposing. He's just very short. Lipizzano has been slightly disappointing in his American pedigrees against him. So around 6-1. Again, good times for that 2-year-old, the Learjet. So I'd be with him. Elsewhere in the card, you got the likes of the Hardwick Stakes. Looks an absolute bang match between Ellercam and Anthony Van Dyke. There's not a massive amount between them. I'll probably just side marginally with Anthony Van Dyke. Although, I mean, if Ellercam was to win that, it's not a massive selection either way. And then the closing 2 races on the card, you've got the Queen's Vase and the Duke of Edinburgh. In the Queen's Vase, a horse I like there, number 2 in the card, Berkshire Rocco. But it's it's not the kind of race that I'd really be going ballistic about. But I do like the chance of Berkshire Rocco having finished second to a really nice Derby sort last time out. And the last race on the card is the Duke of Edinburgh. Oh yeah, one I like here is that horse called West End Charmer. This could be one of my best bets of the day. Actually, West End Charmer. I can't believe he's 6.5-1. Really, really impressive winner last time out after having a long break. Only gets a £4 penalty for that. Couldn't have been more impressive. Stable won the race last year as well. Not a big owner, so that suggests this is much more of a big time plan. So yeah, to close out the card, I'll definitely with West End Charmer. He'll be one of the better bets of the day on Friday.
Very good. Great stuff all week, Tom. Thanks a million for that. Congratulations on the great tips yesterday, but more importantly, congratulations on the great hat. Thom Malone there,
Thanks,
enjoying Royal Ascot every day. Ger Lyons is coming up on Friday night racing. If you can't wait till the radio tonight, that goes out at 3 o'clock this afternoon on the OTB Sports app for your Friday afternoon racing, if you will.